Talking to clients about Google Workspace backup responsibility. Many clients assume that Google Workspace automatically protects all their data from every possible risk, but that's not entirely accurate. Google operates under a shared responsibility model, meaning both Google and the client play a role in protecting data. As an MSP, having clear conversations about backup responsibility is essential. Let's walk through how to structure them effectively. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to NinjaOne's IT Video Hub and our YouTube channel for more tech content like this. How to talk to clients about Google Workspace backup. Step 1. Start with the shared responsibility model. First, make sure your internal team understands that SaaS backup is a shared responsibility. It's not solely on Google, and it's not solely on the client either. Both parties have defined roles. Explain it in plain language. Google is responsible for the following: infrastructure uptime, physical data center security, disaster resiliency of their platform, while the client is responsible for this: accidental deletions, user errors, ransomware events, internal threats, compliance and retention requirements. When clients see it broken down this way, it becomes much easier to understand where the gaps may exist. Step 2. Highlight the limits of Google's native protection. Google does offer native protections, such as the following. Deleted Gmail and Drive items are typically recoverable for up to 30 days. Retention policies can be extended with Google Vault, depending on licensing. However, these protections have limits. If data needs to be recovered outside Google's recovery window, native options become very limited. Plus, Google Vault is designed for retention and e-discovery, not full operational backup and recovery. A dedicated backup solution ensures long-term retention, point-in-time recovery, and protection beyond Google's default constraints. Step 3. Frame backup in terms of business risk. Next, technical explanations are helpful, but risk is what resonates. Use real-world scenarios such as these. What if an employee deletes a shared drive folder before leaving the company? What if ransomware encrypts synced data? What if, during a regulatory audit, critical emails can't be found? These situations can lead to downtime, compliance fines, legal exposure, and reputational damage. When you frame backup as business protection, not just IT insurance, the conversation shifts from cost to risk management. Step 4. Position yourself as the accountability partner. As an MSP, you're not just a service provider, you're an accountability partner. During onboarding and QBRs, provide clients with a clear written statement outlining shared responsibility. Introduce your backup solution as a safeguard, a compliance enabler, and a long-term risk mitigation strategy. Backup should never feel like an add-on, it should feel foundational. Step 5. Provide a communication toolkit. The next step is to prepare simple, client-friendly materials to support the conversation. A one-page explainer should answer questions like these. Doesn't Google back up everything already? Why isn't Google Vault enough? What's the real cost of not having backups? If possible, share anonymized case studies of data loss events. Real stories make the risks tangible and credible. Step 6. Make backup responsibility part of ongoing governance. Lastly, backup responsibility shouldn't be a one-time discussion. It should be embedded into governance. Best practices include the following: adding backup accountability checks to QBR agendas, documenting client acknowledgement of responsibility, reviewing coverage regularly, presenting recovery test results. Highlight any gaps in backup coverage and recommend solutions where needed. This creates continuous visibility and shared accountability over time. At the end of the day, fostering clear, constructive conversation about Google Workspace backup responsibility is about setting clear expectations. When clients understand the shared responsibility model, the limits of native protection, and the real business risks involved, they're far more likely to invest in proper backup solutions. For more information, check out our official blog post on discussing Google Workspace backup responsibility, linked in the description below. Be sure to subscribe to NinjaOne's IT Video Hub and our YouTube channel for more tech content like this.